Hello cadets, welcome to our lecture on types of natural disasters. Before talking about the chapter, let's talk about a few introductory facts. Human society, natural environment and disasters have been closely interlinked since the dawn of civilization. These disasters and the increasing environment degradation worldwide are serious threat to development. The disasters like earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, landslides, flood, hurricanes, droughts, and other natural calamities have killed over 3 million people, inflicted injury on 1 billion other, and caused billions of dollars of material damage in the past 2 decades. They threaten all three dimensions of development, that includes economic, social, and environment. 90% of the natural disasters and 95% of the total disaster related death worldwide occur in developing countries. Disaster is an event, natural or man-made, which do not occur in our daily life or any unexpected event that occur on very large scale and our local services are not enough to cope up with the situation and thus special forces are required. Our aim to teach you about this topic is to acquaint you about the types of natural disasters. We will learn this in two parts. Part 1, classification of disasters, and part 2, types of natural disaster. Let's talk about part 1. Disasters can be classified into two types, natural and man-made disasters. First, let's talk about natural disasters. These occur naturally without any kind of human interferences. These could be further divided into three parts: wind-related, water-related, and earth-related. Wind-related. These includes strong winds that blows and sucks up everything in its way, like cyclones, tornadoes, hurricanes, storms, etc. Then we have water-related. Disasters caused by the excess or lack of water like floods, excessive rains, and droughts. Then we have earth-related. Disasters that occur by the processes of or in the earth's layers, for example, earthquakes, landslides, tsunami, volcanic eruptions, etc. Then we have man-made disasters. The disasters those occur due to human interferences are called man-made disasters. These are classified into 8 parts. First, accidents. Those unplanned events which has undesirable consequences like road, rail, air, sea accidents or building collapse. Second, forest fires. In tropical countries, forest fires are often set by human inaccuracies. Third, industrial mishaps. Mishaps in industries like gas leaks, explosion, sabotage, etc., like Chernobyl mishap or Bhopal gas tragedy, etc. 4. Fires. Fires in buildings, coal fields, or oil, gas fields, and oil gas storage depots are various types of fires. Causes of it could be short circuit, unattentiveness in the kitchen, or many other reasons. Fifth, contamination. Incidents of adulteration that may cause mass food poisoning, water contamination because of waste from factories, or illicit liquor poisoning and epidemics. Sixth, terrorist activities. Serial blasts, explosion in public transport or markets by terrorist organizations. Seventh, ecological imbalance. These includes degradation of human resources, extreme pollution, depletion of wildlife, nuclear accidents, etc. and the last is warfare. War between countries resulting in death of many innocents and several tragedies. These could be conventional, chemical, biological, or nuclear. Let's talk about the types of natural disasters. First, we have volcanic eruptions. Let's talk about what is a volcano. Volcano comes from a Latin word vulcan, which is the Roman god of fire. Volcanic eruptions occur when hot material from the Earth's interior are thrown out of a volcano. This hot material, called magma, may include lava, rocks, dust, and gas compounds. It could occur because of the movements of tectonic plates or the pressure from the gases in magma or many other reasons. When a volcano erupts, magma, ashes, and other gases are released and pushed upwards from beneath the Earth's surface. The melted molten rock is called lava when above the surface and is referred to as magma when below the surface. When a volcano erupts, the molten rock that is spewed from the volcano builds up and begins to form a mountain-like structure. Because the molten lava is so hot, sometimes reaching over 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, anything that it comes in contact with can burn or melt. The volcano can spew lava, dust, ashes, and deadly gases. After the molten lava cools down, it hardens and turns into hard molten rock. The ash can be carried hundreds of miles by the wind. Volcano can be both active or dormant and can be found both on land or under the sea. Let's look at this diagram. The diagram shows the main features of volcano. The magma chamber is a large underground pool of magma. Under the pressure, the magma in the chamber can rise up the main vent, which is the central tube through volcano. Volcanoes have a bowl-shaped basin at the top of the volcano known as crater. When the magma reaches the surface, it is known as lava. Eruptions from other vents may lead to the formation of secondary cones on the sides of the volcano. Next, we have landslides. These are any geological process in which gravity causes rock, soil, artificial fill, or a combination of the three to move down a slope. Several things can trigger a landslide, including the slow withering of rocks as well as soil erosion, earthquakes, volcanic activities, and other faults in the earth. Effects of landslides include collapsing of buildings, roads, and even sometimes causing death. Next, we have earthquakes. Also known as tremors and tremblors, they occur on the boundaries of or near the lines where the Earth's tectonic plates collide and slide past each other. This is called a fault line. Change in the Earth's surface usually result in earthquakes, or we can say that earthquakes are the shaking of the surface of the Earth resulting from a sudden release of energy in the Earth's lithosphere that creates seismic waves. These could create or cause great destruction depending upon its magnitude. Earthquake consists of shaking and displacement of the ground. Depending on the intensity of the earthquake, they can cause building to collapse, which sometimes result in fatalities. The Richter magnitude scale is used to classify and measure the magnitude of the earthquake. The Richter scale was invented by Charles F. Richter in 1935, and it has a scale from 1 going up to 9. Next, we have tsunamis. It is a Japanese word which means harbor waves. It is a series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of large volume of water, generally in an ocean or a large lake. Or in other words, tsunamis are the giant waves caused by earthquake or volcanic eruptions under the sea. It can range anywhere from a few inches to several yards high. Some large tsunamis have been as tall as 100 feet, while some have been less than 20 feet tall and still cause extensive damage. These great walls of water can gain speed as they approach the shore, sometimes up to 500 miles per hour. Tsunamis have tremendous destructive power and can destroy hundreds of lives and homes each year. Next, we have hurricanes. Hurricanes are the large rotating storms with the high speed winds that forms over warm waters in tropical areas. They can rip up trees, destroy crops, and flatten buildings. Torrential rain causes flooding, and coastal regions may be swamped by huge waves whipped up by the wind that flows as fast as 300 kilometers per hour. Hurricanes start to form when the sun's heat stirs up moist air over the oceans, where the temperature at the center of the storm, called the eye, can be more than 300 km across and the winds only gale force. But as the eye narrows to about 50 km across, the winds begin to swirl around it at hurricane force. Cyclones pose a major threat to lives and property in many parts of the world. Then we have floods. It is an overflow of water that submerges land that is usually dry. Floods can be caused by heavy rains, overflowing rivers, broken dams, melting snow or ice, etc. The floods can be classified into two types: inland and coastal floods. Major floods results in physical damage, deaths and injuries, problem in drinking water supply, and food storages and displacement of population. Then we have droughts. It is an event of prolonged shortage in water supply, whether atmospheric, that is rain, or groundwater or surface water. In layman's language, we can say that it is a disaster when there is no water to drink at all. If over about 2 weeks there is less than 0.2 mm of precipitation, there is said to be a drought. Without reservoirs, there is not enough water for people and crops. Some places have extreme droughts which last for many terms. Droughts have disastrous and long-term impact on the economy and can affect a large segment of the society, which may last for months and in some cases several terms. Drought situation is defined as a temporary reduction in water or moisture availability significantly below the normal or expected amount for a specific period. Drought is a slow onset phenomenon. This is what our topic was all about. Now let's conclude in our 3 points. Natural disasters and the increasing environment degradation worldwide are a serious threat to development. Natural disasters threaten all 3 dimensions of development, that includes economic, social, and environmental. Natural calamities have killed over 3 million people, inflicted injuries, diseases, homelessness, and misery on 1 billion others. It is therefore important for all of us to be fully aware of the various types of natural disasters and take measures to minimize losses of all types. Thank you so much.